What's up, y'all? So, trying a different angle this time. Hopefully that helps with the glare. I'm not sure, because last time I tried doing this, the glare was so bad it stopped. But yeah, so as you can see by the title, I'm doing my next part of my cassette collection. So I probably got 2 parts after this, so it'll be a 5-part thing. And then after that, I'm going to finally start going through my CD collection, which it's going to take a while. But, I'm really looking forward to doing that, honestly. It's going to be fun. So before we get into it, if it's too loud, which if you can hear it in the background, we're listening to Hell Is Here by The Crown. Death Race King seems to be the only album anybody ever mentions by these guys. I'm not really sure why that one seems to get all the love. Just kind of odd considering it's the follow-up to that Thomas. Let me pull it. So, this is the one that gets all the mention, The Crown from 2000. But this one, Crown and Terror from 2002, had Thomas Lindbergh on vocals. I'm not sure why this one doesn't get as much mention considering it had Tompa, but oh well. This one's always been my favorite of their stuff, though. But yeah, well, technically this is their debut record, but they were called Crown of Thorns, but had to change their name, so I guess you could say, considering their old band is technically their third full length, but they're first under just the Crown, so including the Crown of Thorns stuff, their first like 5 or 6 records are all awesome. Everything up through the one with Tompa is all great. So the first like 3 of the Crown records and the first 2 Crown of Thorns records. So yeah, those first 5 were all killer, but this one I still think is my favorite though. So yeah, good thrashy kind of melodic death metal from Sweden, came out in 1998. Which the only thing that kind of bugs me about this is a small nitpick. They have a song called 1999 Revolution 666, but it didn't come out in 1999, came out in 98, so that's kind of odd, but oh well. Record rips though, so yeah. Check it out if you like fast, kind of melodic death metal. Awesome shit. So I last time I left off at Grave, so we're going to continue on with the rest of the Grave stuff. So I got You'll Never See. Honestly, this is a top 5 Swedish death metal album of all time for me. And depending on my mood, I can make an argument it's top 3. Or even like top 2, honestly. It's like maybe like just behind like an ever-flowing stream from my favorite of the Swedish Big 4 albums, which I honestly think this is better than Left Hand Path. Is that blasphemy? Probably. Do I care? No, I do not. But oh well, that's just my opinion. Giant ass J code, which this is from that box that I showed a while ago, the Flogo first 3 albums box set, which is awesome. So why I say this is their perfect record, or their best record, it's a perfect mixture of the like first record going into the third. So like the first record, Into the Grave, is just super fast, pummeling, in your face sweet at the entire time. The follow-up, Solace, is mostly like kind of groovy and mid-paced, which this is like the perfect mixture of 2 of the styles. You get like super fast, intense moments of the debut with some of the like groovy moments of Solace. But yeah, Grave, You'll Never See, 1992, I think this came out originally. Yep, 92, Century Media. This is a Cosmic Geek Creations reissue, so yep. Check it out. Heavy as hell, but super memorable and awesome songwriting. So Grave, You'll Never See. If there's one Grave to check out, this is definitely the apex in my opinion, but the first 3 records are all awesome. And then Solace. This seems to be a divisive one. It's definitely in the more like mid-paced groovy style, kind of like the 3rd Motor Squad record, but that's my favorite of the Motor Squad material, so I have no problem with that. Just don't turn into Pantera type stuff and I'll be okay, but yeah. After this, they did Hating Life, which is pretty terrible. That's like too far. They almost went like new metal, like literally those riffs on the record are just like like super generic and boring, but yeah. But this record's still good though. It's actually still definite, unlike the Hating Life, which is like generic chug stuff. But yeah, again, Cosmic Key Creations reissue from that same box set. That box came out in 2020. I'm not sure if it's still available. I bought that a couple years after the fact. I think I bought that in 2021, I think, or 2022. But yeah, awesome. I've tried some of the later stuff after Hating Life, but I don't know, man. I'm okay with sticking to their first 3 records, but yep. That's Grave. Solace originally came out in 1994, if I did not mention that. This is some mixtape that somebody sent me. So Pat from Grand State Salem sent me this a while ago. It's like a punk mixtape. Let me read the track listing. There's the simple, clear shell. You can read the tracks, but I'm not going to read the track. I'm just going to read the name of the bands. It's one song from each. Here we go. DRI, Agnostic Front, 7 Seconds, Destroy, No Command, Negative Approach, Yepicide, Infest, Left 4 Dead, Face Value, Integrity, Confront, Underdog, Unity, Asocial, Born Against, Nine Sharks Terror, His Heroes Gone, Sheer Terror, Dark Side, Madball, SFA, Disrupt, Anti-Cymax, Crackdown, Police Line, Discharge, Adrenaline, OD, Tragedy, Hellshock, Doom, and Inside Out. So I've been slowly but surely checking out a bunch of the records by some of those bands, which I'll show eventually, but yeah. So thanks again, Pat, for the cool tape. Very simple. Yep, good shit. Let's put that here for now, I guess. Alright, so here's a band that I like a lot, but they kind of put out albums too often, honestly, so it's kind of hard to pay attention. This is Hawk with If Icarus Could Fly. The only one I have by them on tape at the moment. I have a few other ones on vinyl, but yeah. So Haunt, I don't really pay attention to modern traditional heavy metal, honestly, but them and Vulture are definitely my two favorite bands that play that style. But like I said, I don't really pay attention to much, so yeah. But unlike Vulture, who are more like this kind of speedy thrash traditional metal style, almost like Exciter kind of, like more German sounding, these guys basically stay in the more just traditional like Iron Maiden style, but they have faster moments too, but I wouldn't say like fast. It's like when Iron Maiden gets fast, they're kind of like in that vein, but yeah. Honestly, I kind of wish he had more powerful vocals, because his vocals sound kind of wimpy at times, but it's not bad. It still fits the music. It's me nitpicking, I guess, but yep. So that's Honk, If Icarus Could Fly. I'm missing a bunch by them, but I'll get it eventually, so yep. Awesome record if you like stuff like Iron Maiden, check that out. Alright, here's one of my favorite black metal bands of the modern era. Havoc Hono. They're from Finland. That seems were to be all the best bands from black metal in the last decade and a half. I'm gonna butcher all of these, but I apologize, I guess, for nothing. Kelly Sode Sol. I don't remember which one of these came out first, but there's the simple black tape. So if you like stuff like Moonsaw, these guys are definitely influenced by them, which I honestly became a fan of these guys before Moonsaw, so I guess I got into them in the wrong direction, I guess, because I think it was Peter from the Metal Vault. He told me that these guys were influenced by Moonsaw, which is what made me check out Moonsaw, so yeah, thanks again, Peter, for that advice, which Moonsaw was awesome, but yeah. Okay, super awesome kind of Viking-y black metal, definitely influenced by Bathory, which I want to eventually do like a Bathory retrospective with like albums he influenced. So if you guys want me to do like a albums influenced by Bathory video, let me know and I'll do that. I've been thinking about that video for a while, but there's a few I'm missing, but I'll get to that eventually. So yep. Again, Havoc Krunu, Kele Sele Soul. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but I'm a typical American who only speaks English, and I probably speak English shitty at that. Then we have Kui Arkelan Pala. Again, if someone from Finland is watching, I am sorry I butchered your language. So there you go, there's that. I'm not sure what part of the country they're from. I'm not going to even guess if it's like Helsinki or something, but that's the only country I actually know from Finland. The rest of them would say, yeah, I don't know where that is, but yeah. Really simple, J-code. This is just an EP though, so it's 5 songs, so yeah. Put through Necromock Productions, I think. I've never heard of that label, but oh well. Yep. Good mini EP, but I think my favorite record by them is honestly this one. I believe this is their most recent from 2020. Oh god. Anunias Sonemen Sota. Yeah, I butchered that, I'm sure. But honestly, this is like one of my favorite black metal records of the last like half decade, which it came out in 2020, so next year will be half decade, but you know what I mean. This is like honestly one of my favorite black metal records of the last few years or whatever, but yeah. I think they've been quiet since then, so guys, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm waiting for a new full length, so hopefully that would be cool, but And Moonsaw hasn't done anything since 2016, so both bands have been pretty not active lately. So who knows what's going on with Moonsaw though? But oh well. So yep, definitely I think if you want to check out one, probably check out this one. But like I said, I butchered them, but you can find them online though. They're not hard to find on Metal Archives. But yeah, since I butchered the album name, the band is Havakunu. It's H-A-V-A-K Havoc. Havakrunnnu. I think I probably misspelled that too, but oh well. Yep, killer band, definitely one of the better bands of the modern. They've probably been around since like 2000, but you know what I mean, because they didn't do a full length till like 2015, but whatever. Alrighty. Here's a band from France playing a Swedish death metal style, which is probably kind of, no, not France. I mean Italian, my bad, they're from Italy, I forgot. I was thinking of the one band signed to Hell's Headbangers, not Funeral. The one that came out in 2017, and that was their first full length. It'll come to me after this video, I'm sure, but anyway. Talking about Hell Slaves, this is from the Sulphur Depths. So their first record was more like any melodic death metal style, kind of like Dark Tranquility, At the Gates type stuff. And this one they said, yeah, fuck that, we're gonna go straight up HM2 style, so yeah. But to compare them to something, I would say specifically, like, early Dismember, like the first Dismember mixed with the first Edge of Sanity record, maybe. Like, it's not proggy, but a lot of the riffs and vocals kind of remind me of that era of Edge of Sanity. So like, what's the one called? Nothing But Dead Remains. So that era of EOS. Cool J code. So this came out in 2021, I believe. Yeah, 2021. Desert Wasteland Productions. It made my year-end list because it's one of my favorite albums from 2021. So yeah, again, they've been quiet since then, so maybe they'll work on a new one. But yeah, guys. Again, if you like that early HM2 style of sweet death, but you want a modern band doing it the correct way, because there's a lot of bands in the modern way that do it kind of cheesy, but these guys actually have their own sound, take different influences, not just a typical generic HM2 Entombed ripoff, but yeah. It's a good record. Hell Slave from the Sulphur Depths. These are just two singles, I guess, that someone gave me. I don't remember who. From Iron Maiden, so we got Flight of Icarus and Aces High. So on this one, you just have Flight of Icarus and I've Got the Fire. I don't know what that is. And Aces High, King of Twilight, and The Number of the Beast Alive. So let me show you these. So Flight of Icarus is obviously a song off of Peace of Mind, but I'm sure we all know that anyway. Very simple J code. Blank inside mostly, but yeah. I wouldn't have bought these on my own, but someone gave these to me. That's the only reason I even have these, but yeah. Honestly, I've never even played these because I don't see a point of playing a cassette with 2 songs on it. It seems kind of dumb, but oh well. Still cool to have those. I like the artwork though too, so yep. Iron Maiden, Flight of Icarus. And Aces High, definitely one of their best songs. Obviously, the opening track from Power Slave, but again, we all know this. Again, very simple artwork. Yeah, these aren't mandatory, but they're cool to have though if you're a collector. So yep, check them out. Iron Maiden, Aces High. Again, one of the best songs, but we all know that anyway. Man, this Crown record rules. More people need to talk about Hells here. Let's talk about a gory death grind, I guess. It's like in between, like, where would you put this? It's basically like in between death and grind, I guess. Impetigo, Horror of the Zombies. My favorite of the 2 albums, what was it, like Cannibal something is the first one. I don't remember the name of that one, but of the 2, this one's definitely my favorite by them. But both are awesome though. So Impetigo, a very important band in like gross grindcore, gross death metal, which I'm sure you all know that. So basically they took like the necrophagia template made it more brutal and intense and like faster, more grindy kind of. But yeah, I think they're from like Chicago. I want to say. I know they were from the Midwest. I know it wasn't like East Coast. It was someplace in the middle, so like Chicago, Milwaukee, someplace like that. But yeah, put that through HH. So yeah, nice release. Hopefully they do a vinyl reissue because last time I checked, the prices on this on wax were pretty expensive. But yeah, so again, if it's like super gross, kind of grindy death metal, this is definitely one of the better albums from the early 90s. So check it out. Again, Impetigo Horror of the Zombies. Great shit. This is a band that no one's met. I think this came out in 2022. I didn't see anybody mention it then. That's a damn shame. So this is Karunija. Kurnugia. Fallen and Forsaken. These guys are from, I think, the Midwest. They're from like Milwaukee or something. So these guys are like super heavy. Basically, what this sounds like to me is like super early Fin Death Worship, which, I mean, which you can see the last song. When the moment of death arrives, that's the sentence covered from Shadows of the Past, so that proves the point that they were super influenced by the old Finnish stuff, so there you go. That's definitely a good comparison. This is like the modern, slightly better produced version of Shadows of the Past from Sentence. Is it as good? No, that's probably my favorite Fin Death full length, honestly. That's like my favorite release from the Fin Death scene is still the Ripper Color, but my favorite full length is definitely that. But this is like that mixed with like gutted and like a little bit of vomitory maybe. Like super like pummeling and fast, but also slows down a little bit too. As put out through Head Split, if I did not mention that, who is an awesome label. Say man, not a lot of bands play the. There's a lot of bands that play the Finnish style, but not a lot that play that from the U.S. Most of those bands are overseas, but yeah. So again, if you want a band playing that old style, check it out. So Karunija, or whatever the fuck, I butchered that name. So yep. Again, Kurnugia, Fallen and Forsaken, put out through Head Split. I don't remember where I got this. Maybe Desert Wasteland. I feel like I bought this at the same time I bought the Hellslave, but I could be wrong. Alright, so if you've been watching like the metal community on YouTube for a while, you remember when everyone and their mother wouldn't shut up about this album. So Leviathan Scar-Sighted, I remember I've been watching videos on YouTube like metal ones since like 2014. So this was 2015 when everyone showed it a bajillion times, and after a while it's like, okay guys, we get it. Which good record, but I haven't listened to this in a while. I probably need to respin this, but yeah. I still think this is like his most diverse album. Like there's like the earlier stuff, it's just like nightmarish black metal, that's it. Here, no, it's like black metal, death metal, doom metal, thrash metal, like experimental moments. So definitely his most diverse. So yeah, there's a bunch of art prints in here too, which I'm not gonna bother pulling. Actually, you've seen those a bajillion times, but yeah. For some reason, this case is kind of fucked up. So it's not really opening. I don't want to break it, but you can see the shell's blue. So there you go. But yeah. So again, I doubt he's doing anything, and at the moment, I'm following him on Instagram. He never posts anything, even about Leviathan. It's always like tattoo stuff. So I doubt he's gonna be working on any new material. That would be cool to hear something else. But yeah, Leviathan Scar-Sighted, not my favorite, but definitely I still think his most diverse. So if you want to check them out, his like most creative, this is definitely the one to check out. So yep, Leviathan Scar-Sighted. But my favorite's still the debut 10th Sublevel of Suicide or Massive Killing Capacity. Massive Killing Capacity, wow. Massive Conspiracy Against All Life. See, I have Dismember on the brain. I can't even help. When I'm not even trying to mention Dismember, I accidentally do. I swear I'm a broken record, man. That wasn't on purpose. Okay, maybe it was a little bit. So let's go to a band from Atlanta. Malformity. This is Monumental Ruin. Put out through Dark Descent Records, which they're pretty fitting for that label, but yeah. So I believe they've been around since they were one of those bands where they were around a little bit in the 90s, broke up for a while, came back, and they put out their first full length like 20 years after the fact. So you can see they're a bunch of older dudes, so not some young band. So they've been around for a while. So again, this is a good comparison to that one I said that was finished earlier, but they sound definitely more American. So like Graves from Sweden, but you know what I mean. Like the mid album Grave, Mortar Scald, Gutted, stuff like that. So definitely like mid-paced and kind of chunky, but it has moments of fastness too. But yeah. Awesome, Malformity, Monumental Ruin. Again, considering this is their first album, they've been around for like 20 years. Not sure how fast we're gonna get the follow-up, but it would be cool to hear though. So yep. Malformity, Monumental Ruin. I have a 7-inch too, but I'll show my 7 inches eventually. I got 2 from the Kings of Grind. Good old Napalm Death. So these are 2 of my favorite records that they've done, like, honestly, ever. This is the Codas, what the hell? The Codas Red Long Live the Code from like 2004, I think. So since like the early 2000s, Napalm Death has been on a good return to form, and luckily they haven't slipped since, which they did a couple albums in the 90s, like after Fear, Emptiness, Despair, like instead of Torn Apart, that was not good. They went too like groovy, which Fear, Emptiness, Despair is honestly a really awesome, underrated record. It's more like a mid-paced death metal album, but it's still aggressive. The other ones, they kind of lost the plot for a little bit, but luckily they came back and they've been awesome again since then. But yeah. So again, this is a Century Media reissue from 2017. So yeah, check it out. The code is red. Long live the code. And then honestly, like I think this is their best record of the 2000s. At least for me, it is the Smear Campaign. Same color. Again, very simple black tape. I bought this at the same time I bought Smear Campaign, so they both got reissued at the same time. Very simple. What's the one song? Listen to the song When All Is Said and Done. That's definitely one of my favorite Napalm Death songs. Or Eyes Right Out or Shattered Existence. But yeah. Awesome release. I know they're kind of different, but it'd be cool if someone like did a tape reissue of all the Lockup material. So that would be sweet, because Lockup is an awesome side project that Shane is in. But yep. So again, Napalm Death Smear Campaign. Yeah, if you thought they stopped being good after like Fear, Emptiness, definitely check out those 2 albums. They great return to form. Alright, one of my favorite modern black metal bands. Let's go to Texas. Necrophile. So this is Prophecies of Eternal Darkness from 2015, I think. No, that doesn't seem right. I think it was early. I think it was 2017 maybe, or 2020. Between 2017 and 2020 is when this came out. So these guys are these albums both sound kind of different. They're both melodic black metal, but in like a different way. So this one is more like aggressive, fast stuff. So like kind of in the dissection-y vein, but they don't sound European. They definitely have like a more American sound to them. Like they sound closer to something like Absu, but like less thrashy, I guess. Like kind of less thrashy Absu mixed with dissection is a good comparison, at least for this record. So yep. That is Prophecies of Eternal Darkness. Killer album. I bought this from the Bandcamp and it was pretty cheap, so you can get that too. And this one is my favorite of the 2 so far. Burning Shadows of the Southern Night. So, about this album cover, what does this one sound like? Let me know what you think. And yes, correct. It's basically, this is like the homage to the early Greek stuff. Specifically, this pays homage to this pretty heavily. Obviously, this is Running Christ, Triarchy of the Lost Lovers. So if you like this era of Running Christ and you don't know this album by Necrophile, you were missing out. This is definitely an awesome band paying homage to that, which you don't hear a lot of bands especially from the US, playing on Maserati and Christ. I mean, you hear bands overseas doing that, but as far as bands from the US playing the Greek style, you hear that hardly ever, so it's pretty awesome to hear a band playing in that style. Those are the white tape. Nice J code. I know one of the guys in the band is like a promoter, and he runs that festival in Texas that happens every year. The one with like Sodom played earlier. Well, not Heavy Hole. I forget what the name it is, but if you know the festivals in Texas, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So again, Necrofire. Again, if you like the early Greek stuff and you don't know Necrofire, especially this one, you were missing out. So, yep. One of my favorites the last year too, so good job guys. It'll be interesting to see what style their next release is, but yep. Necrofire, Burning Shadows of the Southern Night. And I'm kind of annoyed I missed them at MDF because I didn't know who they were then. I slept in, I missed those sets, so go figure I became a fan after the fact, but oh well, shit happens sometimes. Alright, your last two from the same band, then we're done. Perdition Temple. So the first three Angel Corpse records, that's some of like the best black death metal period, which I wish they were still together, but honestly their fourth record wasn't great, but all of the Perdition Temple stuff is definitely carried on that torch very well, which it has Paolo Giardi. Is that his name? Oh, Paolo Giardi. What's his name? Gene Palabicki. I was thinking of somebody else. Yeah, it has Gene. That's what I meant. Not Paolo Giardi. It's the artist. I forget what I just said, but yeah. So it has one of the members from Angel Corpse, so it's definitely why they still sound like Angel Corpse. But yeah. Killer record. This one is called Sacraments of Deconcension. Come out in HH. Of the full length, this is my favorite so far, but hopefully they're doing new material soon, or at least a new full length, but yep. Check it out again if you like Angel Corpse, definitely continuing on the spirit, obviously since it has a former member. And then this one, just an EP, but I didn't see anybody mention this when it came out. Maybe because it wasn't actually a full length, that's probably why. Again, put that through HH. They did like, I know there's a couple cover songs on this one. I don't remember which ones are covers, but you see the very nice simple yellow, which kind of an odd choice of like a black death metal band on a yellow cassette, but oh well. So there you go. Cool artwork. So man, Perdition Temple rules. I never got to see Angel Corpse, obviously, because they broke up and I was like 5, so I kind of didn't get to see that. I'm not that cool, but yeah. Hopefully Perdition Temple, if anybody from California Death Fest is watching, can you please book Perdition Temple so I can see them? And kind of convince them to do an Angel Corpse set. That'd be cool, like have them, where is it? Not important, forget that, but yeah. It'd be cool to see them live, so yep. Perdition Temple, Merciless Upheaval. Awesome EP. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Next time we're going to start off with Pro Sanctus Inferi, Pro Fanatica, Paganizer, and then some band that I've mentioned a bajillion times, but then you'll see what else we got, so yep. Probably, like I said, 2 more parts to this. Obviously, I'm not going to do them in a row, but this period, 2 more parts to this series, but yeah. Then we'll do the CDs. I'm not sure what I'll do after that, but I'll figure it out. So thanks for watching. Take care. Peace out. Goodbye.